What does moments of truth mean? What are the 6 moments of truth that Toastmasters tells all clubs that they should be paying attention to? And then the most important thing is why this all matters to our members. So let's start with the definition of what is a moment of truth. Moment of truth is a incident where a person encounters any aspect of the Toastmasters experience, informs an impression of the club's quality and service. So, in other words, how did that club make you feel? We're going to talk about in details the 6 moments of truth. But to me, these 6 moments of truth is like a journey for a person who starts as a guest and moves along to a member. And a member that's not just going to stay around for the short term. No, you want members that are going to stay along for many years. And if you follow these moments of truth, you can achieve that. So let's start with before they even become a member, how do you treat your guests? Let's talk about first impressions. Now imagine for a moment that you're going to a club or a meeting for the very first time. You might know one person, but realistically, you don't know anybody. How are you feeling? Well, if you're a member of Toastmasters, every single one of us experienced this. Every one of us went to our very first Toastmasters meeting. And within a few seconds, but definitely throughout the course of that meeting, made a first impression, what they thought about that club. Maybe you joined that club, maybe you didn't, but you definitely had a first impression. So let's just imagine that person comes into your meeting. What are you going to do? Well, Toastmasters says to do these things, and I agree. You got to greet those guests, get their names, use it often. Make sure you get their contact information so that you can follow up with them after the meeting. Get their feedback, and most importantly, ask them would they be interested in joining your club? If you make a good first impression on a guest, they're going to be excited. They're going to be very interested in what does it take to become a member of your club and to actually join. And that is one of the first things that we need to do. Guest to member. Make a great first impression. You've done a great job with the member's first impression. They decide, yes, I'm going to join your club. Now what? Well, now that you have a new member, how do you make them feel like they're a part of the club? And how do you make them stay a member of the club for many years to come? And that's what the remainder of the other 5 moments of truth will cover. So the next one is member orientation. So you're a new member. You don't know what anything in Toastmasters is yet. You've only seen maybe one or a couple of meetings, and now you're a member. My biggest advice is assign that member a mentor or a buddy. A mentor is a more formal role so that they are more acclimated to what Toastmasters and that person can help guide them through their first couple of months with as a member of the club. But if you can't assign somebody right away, at least assign them a buddy. Somebody that they can contact if they have any questions. Because forming a connection with the new member is your number one priority. Make sure that they understand the educational programs, pathways, and how the recognition system works. What are their learning needs? Do they have any handicaps that or disabilities that you need to consider? Do they know how to navigate the Toastmasters International website, your local club website? Especially the local club's website, because if participation is you sign up for a role on the website. If they don't know how to do that, then how do they participate? So make sure you get that member involved right away. So now they're acclimated. They have a good idea of what it is to be a member of the club. How are you maintaining that? And that's where fellowship, variety, and communication comes in. Fellowship is, how are your members connecting? Are you doing social events outside of the regular club meeting? Do you have time where you guys just talk and socialize and get to know each other? That's fellowship. Variety is, do you ever get that feeling that, I've been to like 100 Toastmasters meetings and they're always the same? Well, we don't want you to feel that way. So there's got to be some variety to the meetings. And there's many ways that you can bring variety into your Toastmasters meeting. You can have a backwards meeting, which people raise eyebrows, but it's a very fun and entertaining meeting. You could have a speechathon. You could have an all table topics meeting. You could have a grab bag meeting. You could have themed meetings. Every meeting should be a themed meeting. Why not? Add some spice to your meeting. Make sure that your members aren't getting stuck with, this is just a routine meeting. And it's not important for me to show up. Don't make them feel that way. Make every meeting an event. And then communication. Do your members know what is going on in the club? Do you have regular announcements during your meeting? Do you send email blasts? Do you send social media posts? Update your website regularly. Communicate with your members so that they stay informed, so they know what's going on in the club. Because communication also keeps them connected. Program planning and meeting organization. I'm going to summarize this just like this. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve in Toastmasters? Does the club know what your goals are? Every member should have goals, should have things that they're working on. The meeting is an important part of that. So are you regularly sending out the agenda, getting people involved, promoting your speakers? Is everybody working on pathways and earning levels and eventually saying, okay, I have a goal. I want to just get a speech done, but then I want to complete a level. Then I want to complete a path. And then eventually I want to earn my DTM. What leadership do I also need to participate? Club officer, district officer. Is the club supporting all of those endeavors? Now, you could also be like, hey, I'm really competitive, or I really want to push the boundaries of my speaking. So you might want to enter into a speech contest. Or you may decide to visit or attend one of the many district sponsored events, like our annual conference. Is the club keeping you informed and all that? And most importantly, is your club fun and also having like great evaluations, interesting table topics? These are all things that go into planning your for every meeting, again, like it's an event. Toastmasters is really big on membership strength. The magic number is 20. Why is 20 members so important? Well, think about it. 20 members means that you can fill agenda roles without having people double up and without people feeling the pressure of like, well, I can't make this meeting. But I know there's plenty of members in the club that can support and make sure our agendas get filled. Many hands make for lighter work. So with 20 members, that helps to make your club more healthy, and it eliminates burnout and members feeling like this is just too much responsibility for me to take on. So membership growth is very important. So have those open houses, have those events where you're just inviting guests and getting them to meet your members. Go out into the community and talk about Toastmasters. Invite your family and friends that you know can use Toastmasters because membership growth helps to make a healthier club. So now your club members have been working really hard. They're achieving awards. They're doing things. They're participating. How do you make them feel? Do they feel appreciative? Do they feel like my hard work is recognized? And that's where achievement and recognition comes in. Recognition in a volunteer organization is very vital. So make sure, even if it's something small, like a member gives their first speech or they participate in table topics for the first time, that they are being recognized for that first step. And then continue to keep recognizing every action that they make so that they feel appreciative and that members feel like my club is really looking out for me. So, does your club meet these standards? Think about the journey. Did the club wow you with their first impression? When you joined, did you get all the information you needed to start growing and learning as a member? Does the club have good communication, good camaraderie, and the meetings are fun? Are they planning for great success? Is the membership strong? And does everybody feel like their hard work is appreciated? That is the moments of truth. That is what makes a club strong. I want to leave you with this statement. So in Toastmasters, the impression you leave on people can be the spark that ignites a lifelong journey of growth and confidence. Is your club doing that for you?